Rosa is pretty insane. It's just that I don't like the fact that you have to die to search for things. That sounds kind of big dumb, but it's really good for decks like this. Just sucks it came out as a rare. Like, there's no freebie, there's no other versions of it. All right, so we're gonna do this. All right, playing in some kind of acceleration deck. Training core, that's actually hella helpful. Although not good for us because you can just get his energy back, but it's helpful. It's going to be helpful in terms of it's going to be helpful in terms of how to actually no, it's going to be helpful in terms of trying to get our energy back if I have to discard things. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how you play that. I wonder if Jirachi would be better in here. Okay, maybe that guy didn't play Jirachi because he didn't have Jirachis, but see, the one I do have Jirachis. All right, well, first things first, we're getting rid of that. Actually, no, I mean, there's no downside to doing that. I mean, the downsides I miss, obviously, but oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you Jirachi into Rosa, yeah, it's way better. Cynthia Caitlin. Yeah, this deck this hand's kind of scuffed, so. Wow. Yeah, the Rosa is like so necessary. It's not even funny. See, the fun thing is that this guy actually is going to get stalled a little bit here with this Snom because the Frostmoth has like 2 retreat. Galarian Darmanitan. Hey, Marnied me. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. Still didn't get my Zacian. I bet you both of them are prized. Hell yeah, this is exactly what we're looking for, boys, I promise. I'm literally being saved by my 2 Absols. And the fact that I don't think he can find a switch. Why would you put that one there? What did you do? Like, do I just go like this and try draw cards? Maybe. I think I try to draw cards. Ah, scoop up net. Yeah, that'll cuck it. Oh yeah, that'll cuck. I feel like you traded me the full art Marnie, if I were to guess. Which if you did cool shit. Oh, actually. Oh, okay, boss's orders and then he has to go. Oh, I see. He's gonna now put it on the Darmanitan. Ah, missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. Oh, I could just bring up the Crobat because I don't think he can't scoop that up. It's kind of nice. Why wouldn't he hit this one? Aw, boo. All right, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna do this, and then I gotta collect. I gotta try to get an energy card. Any energy card will do. That kind of helps. But if I didn't, I shouldn't have played that. That means I didn't. If I didn't play the Goldeen, I would have been able to get Zacian. I would have had a better chance. But I didn't know. I didn't know. And I can guarantee. Well, he won't have a switch card. That's the thing. He can't use switch. So that's 5-4. I'll promote this. I literally just need an energy. Ooh. Fine, and then I'll Marnie. So I just need an energy, and then boss's orders back. Oh, this is really Kappa. Man, this fucking game, dude. I play 7 energy. Like, do I have to play Wet Bucket? Like, seriously. They are all prized. Yo, guaranteed. Aw, now all my bosses are bottomed. Except like one. I got my Seaking, guys. So I've got 2 in the discard. At least I can shuffle my deck. So that's gonna feel good. Hopefully he doesn't recognize this and just kind of ignores the... Oh, he's going after Zacian. Oh, see, he doesn't recognize what's going on. Yeah, he's like, oh, you have a good deck. But he doesn't realize what's going on here. It's just a matter if I can get to it. I just need the energy. I literally just need to up my odds of getting the energy. That's all I have to do. All right, I got the energy. Cynthia Caitlin. Oh, come on, I didn't use a boss's orders, obviously. Like, why would I, right? Oh my god. All right, what's there even for me to grab? I guess my other Absol, right? Go for the other Absol here. Yeah, because this thing is gonna have 2 retreat total right now, and this thing with air, it's got 3, 4, 5 right now, right? So if I do this and just go like that, I'm gonna actually risk it. I'm gonna go for the Rippling Horn. I think we're gonna not take that. I meant to take it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I still got the same thing, but I meant to take it. Two minus 2 plus 2 is 2. quick maths. And Beard Keeper. That's really annoying. Oh, at least once he knocks this out. At least once he knocks this out, I'll have, yeah, you're having a deck. I mean, I don't, but that's besides the point. Oh, thanks for the training cord, bud. I appreciate it. I wonder if there's a way you can make yourself do less damage. Cryogonal. Yeah, that's cool. Oh wait, I need to get training court the fuck out. Lamau, he thought just hand attach retreat, but no, Absol big cuck. Bosses. Yep, he's doing what I did. The bosses and pass. I think he's also like looking for like Bird Keeper. We're gonna do that. Grab the bosses, draw 3 card, take back my energy, then play Glimwood, which that means that should be it's only 2 of his stadiums. Boo. All right, we may, depending on how many Bird Keepers the guy plays, we may get him. Marnie, all right. I mean, you draw more cards with Marnie than I do. Two energies attached, so this is actually really bad. I need to find my other Cryogonal, I think. Yeah. So at least that gets me a deck shuffle. And I can also play the Team Yell. That's kind of fun. So play the Team Yell. I'll Team Scream at him. And we'll go Frozen Lock. Frozen Lock, my frozen cock. Oh.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So he plays the energy passes. I'm waiting for him to play his next stadium because I really want to get him with the Galar Mine. Galar Mine and then Frozen Lock. Let's go! We actually won a game! Oh, it's so suboptimal, but it's actually funny. Oh, I can't believe this shit actually works. Oh. Alright, boys, got the deck list here for you. It is the Seaking, Cryogonal, mill all their energy away off their Pokemon, and then just sit there and item lock them till they deck out .deck. We don't normally promote deck out stall tactics on this channel, but we're going to make an exception today because it's a really interesting concept after the beat drop. And there it is. So we're gonna open up the deck list here. We've got a 3 count of Absol. Very rare that you play more than even one of these, but for the strategy to work, you need them to be stuck in the active spot, and Absol really helps with that, especially the big basics. ADP is 3 retreat cost, Zacian is 2. I'm pretty sure Centiscorch V is either 2 or 3. Eternatus V is 2. There's a lot of things right now that are really big. So Absol does help out with the strategy. It also makes it so it's harder for them to kind of, without a switch, it's harder for them to set up their strategy. So it does help stall a little bit while you set up yours. And then once you get your strategy set up, after you get rid of all their energy with Seaking, we'll talk about that in a minute. We got the Cryogonal here, and you use this item lock, frozen lock. Your opponent can't play item cards from their hand during their next turn. And the thing is, they nerfed this thing. This thing got super nerfed, unlike the Seismitoad EX, which ran the meta for a really long time a couple years back. The 10 damage just isn't enough to make Cryogonal its own deck, but we actually use the fact that it's 10 damage to our advantage, because that means that if they have something like 20 cards left in the deck, well, we just have an ADP that's 280 cards. ADP takes 28 turns to get knocked out, but they only have 20 turns before they deck out. So they'll deck out before they're able to switch. And the thing is they can't play switch if you attack them Cryogonal, because they can't play item cards. So then they're stuck trying to hard retreat with something like, let's say it is ADP, and you get an Absol or 2 on the field. That's a 5 retreat cost. And if you've already knocked off all their energies with Seaking, then they gotta do that all from scratch, or use energy spinner, or not energy spinner. They gotta use like energy acceleration from the discard pile, like the turbo patch and all that stuff, and all their. It's way too hard to try and do that just to retreat. And so eventually they just run out of energy and they lose the game. On the 4/4 count here of Seaking, Ripping Horn. Flip 3 coins for each heads, discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. You only really need to hit 2 of these a lot of times. Just 2 out of 3 will usually be sufficient. And of course, you got the Glimwood Tangle to help out with that. We also got Crushing Hammer, the coin flip, energy discard, a very much staple card in these types of stall mill decks. We also got the Lillie's Pokédoll to help us set up our strategy, just give us some time and we don't lose prizes. And then we have 2 Ordinary Rods as well, because we do play 2 Zacian Vs. So we end up drawing cards with Zacian V. Sometimes we actually overdraw, and our opponent will have more cards left in their deck than we do by the time we start locking them. And that's a bad thing, because then we deck out before they deck out. So Ordinary Rod helps put resources back in the deck just in case we need them, but it also stops us from decking out. It puts up to 4 cards back in the discard pile, and we play 2 of them, so that's a grand total of 8 cards that can go back into our deck. We also have 3 Pokemon Communication to help us search out a Pokemon, but it also serves that kind of similar function to Ordinary Rod, where if we end up with a few too many cards, we can just put a Pokemon back into our deck and then just not take one out, and that's a +1 back into our deck. So we can go up to 11 over our opponent and still not deck out before them, which is pretty good. Then we also got 4 Quick Balls here, staple in any deck really. We play a 3-1 split of Glimwood Tangle, which if you flip a coin, you can reflip all the coins if we don't like the result. So we go with 0 for 3 of Seaking. We don't rip off any energy. You play Glimwood Tangle, and you can get a chance to go 1, 2, or 3 for 3. And then we also got the Galar Mine. We play 1 copy of this because to close out a game, once they run out of stadiums and you just play the Galar Mine, that's +2. It doesn't matter whether they're basic or not. So you can lock an Eternatus VMAX, which I believe is 3 energy retreat. You can lock them to 5. So let's say you make them run out of all of their special energy, that's in retreat, and their Dark City doesn't affect them. So once they run out of their special energy, that lets them retreat for free, or you just grab a VMAX that doesn't have any energy on it, and then you're able to lock them in place. And it's very hard for them to come back from that situation. Or as you saw in the gameplay, we locked a Crow, like the guy was ready to retreat, and then we locked him into place with the Galar Mine, and he just scooped it up. Very, very good card indeed. On to the supporters now. We play 4 Boss's Orders to help us get around a whole bunch of the stuff, like all about really bad attackers, and try to grab Crobats and start attacking them, and then force them into attaching energy, and then we can switch targets to a different Crobat or a different Dedenne or a different card. So then they have to start attaching energy to that thing, and it just puts their energy all over the place if they don't know how to play against this. We also have the Cynthia Caitlin to kind of grab our supporters back, so we can grab back Boss's orders, we can grab back Marnie's, and 4 Rosa. We play 4 Rosa as well. Rosa's absolutely busted in this deck, but the problem is that I actually don't have any Rosas online, so I kind of just played 4 Team Yell Grunts and I think 4 Marnies or whatever to take the place of Rosa for the gameplay. But if you have the 4 Rosas, play the 4 Rosas. It's absolutely busted. You're getting knocked out probably pretty much every turn, at least when you're setting up. So being able to grab 3 cards from your deck to help you set up for the end game is important. Then of course you have the 2 Team Yell Grunts to give you just extra turns, because if they're spending, if they take their turn, they attach an energy and do whatever they do, and then you Team Yell Grunt them, put the energy back in their hand, well, they're wasting a turn putting that energy back on board and then doing whatever. That's a turn that they're not using to do other things, and so that just helps you slow the game down just a little bit, enough for you to get your strategy going. Then we also got the 3 air balloons to help us retreat, and then lastly the 7 water energy. Would I recommend trying this deck out for yourself? Actually, I would. The Rosas are a bit expensive, so unless you already have Rosas or you have the resources to go get them, and maybe you might not want to try this, or you try this with, like I said before, I played the 4 Marnie and 4 Team Yell Grunt, but the game was much more frustrating when I played it this way. Please, if you have the ability to go get Rosas, even if you want to try this deck and for yourself, the link to actually the deck list will be in the description down below, so you can try it for yourself if you want, but do go get the Rosas if you can to play this deck. Otherwise, it's really suboptimal. All right, boys, that's going to do it for today. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me live, you can catch me over on Twitch. Link in the description down below. But until the next time, I'm Derek for Table 500, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.